It's just an endless supply of cards. Are they all the same card? What is it? Is it a 5? 5 of spades? 5 of spades. Pause it on the YouTube video and tell me it's the 5 of spades in the description. That's what it looks like. It could be a 3, but I'm pretty sure it's a spade. Anyway. You didn't get water for you? No, I got water for me. It's okay. I have to take care of myself sometimes. Sweetie! Oh no, it did the thing. Dang it! It keeps doing the thing. Every time I leave it idle for a second. It's like a theme. I should just expect it. Oh, I wonder why. It's probably one of the only small bugs they messed with here in the HD version. Luckily, every time this happens, it's always right after a save. I think that's happened like every time during the beginning of the video. Okay. Sweetie! You have to believe me, I didn't go anywhere near the crime scene. So then, where were you when the murder took place? Didn't do anything to me. We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right? Oh, wow, Math. I hope everything's cool. Be safe. Exactly. He told me to wait in the room because he would be right back. As in BRB. That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right? That's what it seems like. But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right? Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room still dressed in my stage clothes. But when I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off. Which means? It means the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking like Max. Fabulous! That's a fabulously possible possibility. Well done, Nick. However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? If you think about it, all that they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. Oh yeah, they shouldn't have found the other things too? What about my cloak? Where did that go? Double, Wow, Max, I never thought of that. You should be a detective or something. Well, I was never quite sure what to be when I grew up. Magician or president? I have no idea how hard it was to make a decision. That's really cool. Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. Again, they don't break for lunch. It's between 10 and 12 and they still don't eat. Now that everyone's back, let's get started. Court is now back in session. Karma, please proceed. Very well. I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Well, Mr. Lawrence Curls, please take the stand. I just call him a pitiful clown.
I used to be laughing.
The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record. What was that? I couldn't even skip it. That's just what happened. What did it say? Dang it. All I saw was in some place. And what popped in my head was in West Philadelphia, born and raised. Name and occupation. Will the witness please inform the court why is he speaking in autobiographical gibberish?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I can't look. I can't. I don't think so. Options. This is what I have. Up, down, left, right. That's press. That's court record. Nope. It was Fresh Prince. That's what I think.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. Wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited to this sort of occasion.
That's a pretty creepy, like, malfunctioning hat. It's not keeping the carrot when he needs to be, so he can keep running for it. We're in a Grand Hall of Justice, not some comedy club. Who's this easy-to-see occupation? Please state your name.
Oh yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? Sign only says no shirt, no shoes, no service.
Technically, I suppose you don't have to wear pants.
Okay. How about this? Have you met my proctologist, Dr. Seymour Butts? How's that one? But a couple clowns were up to no good.
It is Principal Air. Yes. Perfect. Okay. Mystery solved. I saw that one that time.
Lawrence Curls, conventional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown.
You witnessed the scene around 10:15, the day of the murder. Correct?
Yeah, it is.
Well, Mr. Curls, will you please testify what you saw that evening?
A rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian walked into...
Without the humor.
Okay.
Aw, poor Mo can't be his normal stoogey self in court. Don't worry, I'm sure his testimony will be full of jokes and puns.
I know. I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I've been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I can return is vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even tried to come up with the jokes just for today. This atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try and make everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone! What do you think of me? How am I doing?
That had nothing to do with the murder. This isn't like a psychiatrist. This is... aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions? Witness?
Huh?
We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of this case.
Really? You'll hear me out?
Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later.
Thank you, I can't wait.
Poor Gumshoe. Oh, Gumshoe's gonna be listening. Now that's settled, maybe we should once again hear the testimony. Go.
Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. That night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster. He was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max conked the ringmaster over the head.
With what? It's very interesting. This eyewitness account is to be believed. I have enough to pass judgment right now. The end. Of course you can. There's no way this account can be criticized. Witness is a bit, how do you say, off-kilter. Almost like he was some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him.
That must be because of my insincere smile.
You don't tell him it's insincere. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, gotta find out some kind of contradiction in his testimony. I know that. Jeez, I got it. Mr. Wright? Your Honor? I'm afraid if you push this witness too far, it'd be a bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber rattling. Saber rattling? Never heard that phrase. I understand, Your Honor. If you can cause this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible. Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. Since it's a carrot, would be carroty jokes instead of corny? So are we supposed to press him on everything, or can we? You don't say that practice wrapped up around. You'd say practice was up at 10, right?
See, that's the thing. How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10? Now, 8 o'clock. That's something a clown can riff off of. Let's pretend it was 8 o'clock. That was my way.
Let's not. Alright, Mo. That's what I'm afraid of, Math Genius. I'm afraid he's gonna, like, if I press him too much, he's gonna, like, take some stuff.
What do you mean, let's not? Don't take the clown out of the clowning around?
Come on, Nick, just listen to his joke. There are 3 reasons why I don't want to. 1, I probably won't laugh. 2, I'll get hit with a penalty. 3, I'll get whipped. Will the witness just proceed with the factual testimony? You're so boring. Apparently, according to Phoenix, we will get hit with a penalty. I want to know why you looked at the window. You just happened to glance out the window?
You could say that. You could also say I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed.
Mr. Curls.
Oh, I guess synonyms aren't allowed either.
Should I do? I do. Press. Exactly what did you look out of your window that... Why did you look out of the window that night?
Why? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they?
That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday, yeah, you said you heard a noise.
Once I tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
You forgot? Your Honor, the witness looked out his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out of his window that night.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I?
That's not something you just forget to mention. Yeah, what she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony. Very well, Mr. Curls, please revise your testimony. Phoenix, you can't keep saying the things like that. That's just asking for the game to screw you over. What was the sound like?
Well, I guess it kind of sounded like, I guess you could say...
May the court remind you that humor is unnecessary.
Oh, how did you know I was going to make a joke? I guess it sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard. Yep, that's what it sounded like, honestly.
Someone getting hit. But then, you went to look out the window and you saw... 2 silhouettes a bit far away. Far away. If you had to say exactly, how far away were they?
Let me think about that for a second. Well, if this is my room here, I'd say about yay big. I'd say they're about 30 feet from my window.
Just 30 feet? That's not far at all.
It was snowing that night, and it cut down on visibility.
It stopped snowing by then, right? Do we have something that says that? They were saying 9:50 or something was when it got over, right? So it shouldn't have been snowing. You'd say you clearly saw this, even though you were, by your own admission, far away.
That's right. I've been thinking about it over and over since that night. Things didn't really make sense until I spoke with the prosecutor, Miss Von Karma. But now I'm 100% certain that it was Max and the ringleader I saw that night. Just think about it. How could I be wrong if Max is always wearing his uppity symbols?
Don't say it. Don't do it, Phoenix. Stop it.
Lawyers nowadays. Do you even have to go to school anymore to be one? Everyone knows what to do. All together now. Say it with Uncle Mo.
Aww. Oh, that's sad.
See what I mean? It's always like this. The crowd never wants to go along with me.
It's so sad, dude.
Must been be utterly and completely worthless as a clown. Yowza.
Enough foolishness. Gets back on track. Witness please testify as what he saw, and only what he saw. You say you saw the ringmaster get clonked over the head?
Yeah, I did. It's the climax of my story.
He really does enjoy the completely random non-sequitur. I don't know that word. I'm gonna say it's not English. What would you say the victim was struck with?
You mean the weapon? I have no idea. A weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right?
That's not what I meant. You did say you did see everything, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no I didn't. I didn't see the weapon.
Mo, did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night?
Objection!
I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You'd better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you. A nice penalty.
Oh.
That's a fat penalty.
So what would it be then, Mr. Phoenix, right? Do you have any clear basis to believe this my witness did not see the crime?
That's a fat penalty. I could stretch and say it only has blunt force trauma to the back of the head. Doesn't say one, though. Oh, gosh, Radine. I can come back to it, though. We'll come back to it. Well, see, right now, I don't have a clear basis to be thinking that.
Then this is just another one of your pointless efforts to badger my witness. Thus, you have just earned yourself a penalty from me.
Wait a second, Miss Fun Karma. This time, I do not feel the need to treat Mr. Wright so harshly. That's right, what he said. Bailed out by the judge. Rude. You know the rules, Mr. Wright. There's no room for baseless hounding in this courtroom. Dag nabbit. Guess you really didn't bail me out after all.
You know, most testimony and what he told us yesterday are kind of different.
Yeah, I noticed. We just have to pinpoint what's changed.
You can do it, Nick.
Wouldn't he say he's wearing his cloak and hat? Not just his cloak? And I don't think he saw when he got clunked, right? Yeah. I want to say that. 3 symbols. No. Okay. We're gonna do a safety save real quick. I've fallen into dying a lot. Okay, we're gonna find this. I was thinking with 1 hit. I think maybe we're supposed to present something when we press it?
Objection!
We're going to try and present something. I've got a great reason to make my claim.
And I suppose you will be telling us all that great reason?
Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony. I didn't need to present anything. Dagnabbit. There goes half my health for no reason. What's the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit. He did say that. However, Mo just stated the following under oath.
I kept watching them, and then all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head.
If Mo is to be believed, then when he says he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there's no way he could have seen Max clonk anyone. More principal layer, that's great. Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment?
They didn't commit. Those clowns promptly escaped from my maximum security clown car.
Are you reciting a C-Team theme to anger this court?
No, I was just stalling for time while I jog my memory.
Great job, Nick. These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. Every case we've had has people with selective memories, of course. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown and make up the layers of clown makeup.
Well,
Oh, you're backed up from your jog?
well, pretty much happened the way I said.
Pretty much.
When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. Prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement.
This is the second time we've been with Francisca, and the second time it just seems like she's being rude. Tampering with the witnesses again. So now you're saying that you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster?
Yeah. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out. Yep, he was on a permanent vacation, as they say.
Mr. Curls,
Your Honor?
you did not witness the actual crime. However, you still say you saw the criminal, correct?
Yeah, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette next to him.
Very well. Please testify to this silhouette. Yeah, she's been tampering with the witnesses, tampering with stuff. And the judge didn't even catch on that. If I catch even a hint of a joke from you, I'll put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette.
Got it. Let's say it. It was a bit far away, but the shadow could only have belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. Silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I really couldn't see what he was carrying.
Does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime.
It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. But whatever, this should finally be good enough, yes?
It's decisive testimony.
Was Max really at the crime scene that night?
Said he wasn't there. Got to believe in that. Mr. Wright, commence your thing. Yeah, he wants to put the clown in jail because of a joke, but not the prosecutors and tampering with her testimonies. Don't you think that you are going a little overboard with how explicit you're being? That shadow belonged to Max is an awfully firm statement, don't you think?
What are you getting at?
I'm just saying that one of your fellow performers' life is on the line here. Are you truly 100% absolutely certain that it was Max?
I'm not the kind of person who would lie about something as serious as this. The silhouette I saw was Max. I'm convinced of that.
Doesn't seem like he's jumping to any conclusions this time. Let's go over this again. What makes you so sure that you saw Max? Trillo said the same thing, but if it was just the symbols, then even I could have been wearing them. Oh, thank you, Brick. What if someone had just taken Max symbols and worn them?
I thought of that myself. Oh, but just looking at the shape of the face I saw, it must have been Max.
You're sure of that?
Such a silly little boy. He threw his entire case headlong into a trap.
What the roses? You're sure that this is what you saw that night? That is what you saw last night.
Exactly what I said I saw, exactly is what I saw. You got the eyes like a hawk.
Don't birds have terrible night vision? Except an owl. You should have said eyes like an owl.
Well, that's not all I saw.
His face was silhouetted. You were able to see that kind of detail from your window?
Objection!
There was a light near the scene of the crime. Anyone with decent eyesight should be able to see that much.
Out of curiosity, Mo, what is your eyesight like?
I can see like a hawk out of my left eye, and an eagle out of my right eye.
Our records say his eyesight is perfect 20/20.
Must mean he could see the crime scene clearly. Okay.
The more we look into this matter, the more suspicious it becomes.
It's like a clown.
Hey, you asked me what my eyesight was like, not what it actually was.
Fair point. Fair point. So, you didn't actually see what the criminal was holding?
That's correct. I've been curious to know what caused that loud noise. Must have been something incredibly hard.
They haven't found the murder weapon to know for sure.
They claim it was a blunt object. At least it says so in the autopsy report.
Why does he look like an anglerfish? Because he's a clown hat. Trillo's testimony and now Mo's. Really seems like Max is the killer.
Nick, gotta find a contradiction in this.
It's not going to be enough. I have to prove that Mo saw someone other than Max that night. That's the only thing that will help. Gotta do it. I would like it to say his roses, so I'm going to present that.
Yes! Yes!
You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols?
I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right?
Mo, everyone knows that Maximilian has 3 uppity symbols.
3 symbols?
Yeah, everyone get ready. All together now. They did it for Maya.
But not for the clown.
White roses.
What the?
Who cares if he knew that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention that. Isn't that right, Mo?
Do you like pie? I love pie. 3.145.
Silence, fool. You are ready to respond with the whole truth. No fractions.
You thought I was drunk vodka?
No.
Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you?
To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw.
Objection!
The crime scene was dark. It's obvious that it was too dark to see that kind of detail.
Objection!
Oh no. You think this is vodka? I know I'm pretty cool and pretty tough stuff, but that's a lot of vodka. Oh, prick. We don't need bad puns like that. Come on. But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them.
Objection!
Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim.
If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene. Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of the case?
Clearly not. This is just toying with this court.
Got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trillo's testimony? No way can I mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. How can someone mistake with that crazy getup and his nose up, stuck up so high? How could you mistake someone making those 3 stobbity piece 3 geeks getup? Trillo saw them. Trillo saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims that there was no white roses on the person he saw. There is absolutely no doubt this is a contradiction. What am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this...
Judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap up this case now.
Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case. Frankly, my dear, I have my doubts. It seems that, unlike wine, this witness has not grown more mature with age.
I'm not mature?
I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable. Which means, for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony.
What?
If there are no contradictions in this next statement, I'm prepared to issue a ruling. Really? There has to be motive, weapon, and opportunity. Right now, we just have the opportunity. There's no weapon, and no one said why there's a freaking, like, motive. Reminds you of Ernie?
Hey, Bert, how you doing?
It's good catch, though.
No doubt in my mind, there were no white roses that night. However, all the other symbols were there, I'm sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There's no way I could forget about seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene.
Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this.
Just one chance?
I'll not allow even the slightest hint of badgering this witness. If you're going to prove that there's a contradiction with Mr. Kerr's statement, you better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations.
Gotta be careful and do a safety save.
I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I will need. So that means I can only press one statement? Is that what that means? No, don't mind, there were no white roses that night. However, all the other symbols were there, I'm sure of that. Especially the silk hat, there was no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. I want it to be this one with the hat. Or that one. Can I press and not get penalized? Mo, be honest. Ow!
You promised, Mr. Phoenix, right? No more badgering. I hope you enjoy this penalty.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I can't even press. Rude. Okay. That was pretty harsh. I guess I just literally have to present something. I'm going to present the hat at one of those. We're going to see which one of those is right. I want to say, I'm going to present it here first. Objection! The music stopped. This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw that night, would it?
Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night.
No question in your mind?
Exactly how would one mistake a thing like that?
I see. Some sort of problem, Mr. Wright. Miss Von Karma, where exactly was the silk hat found?
Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. That
means... The silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene.
No, that's not true.
Add a little goofy in there. Order, Mr. Curls.
Yes, Your Honor.
What is the mean? Oh, dude, he's yelling at caps. Freaking judge is furious. You're old enough to know better than behave like this in the court.
Hey, that's just not right. That's so harsh.
What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, among other things.
Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess. You just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go away and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously, why?
Aww. Wait, so why do all the witnesses besides Gumshoe and Maya lie in this game? So that we have reasons to doubt them. Poor Mo. Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are?
I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. Tell him the truth.
He's turned into a bratty little kid. It's pitiful, isn't it?
He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there.
He left the scene? What's the matter, Nick? Something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo?
What do you want?
You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime?
What? He went. What do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that.
Objection!
Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor.
Objection!
This witness's testimony is so full of holes, Miss Von Karma's protest is useless. You got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that alright with you, little guy?
Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is how did he leave the crime scene? The answer's obvious. He just turned around and walked away.
That's what I'd expect you to say. You sure that's how it happened?
Say what?
I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to harp on the smallest things. Do you have any proof to counter his story and how the criminals... Yeah, the crime scene photo where there's no other footprints.
Take that!
Look at this picture. The problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints? In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminals' footprints? They aren't there.
Ay.
So no, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor, this witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of this witness's testimony from the court record. I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to court in.
Wait just a second. You guys just can't ignore everything I said. Fine, I'll tell you the truth this time.
You wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today.
That didn't hurt. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you all the real deal this time, I swear.
I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are gonna get worse before they get better. Mr. Lawrence Curls.
Yes?
Testimony you've provided up till now has been false?
It hasn't been false. I haven't lied, it's just...
What?
Just I was a bit confused on the bit about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw.
Order. I will have order. Francisca, how could you?
Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have.
What opinion is that?
It's not funny.
That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, say the truth about what you have to say. What you saw, Mr. Curls.
You're not gonna believe this, but it's all true, I tell you.
Try not to waste our time with your idiotic dribble.
Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows. Everything that I've said up till now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. And that's when I saw he... This is the truth now. Get ready for it. He flew. He jumped up and flew into the air. He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness. And that's why there was no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints.
I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now?
Well, that was... How to put this into words?
Maximilian is a world-class magician, but to leave the scene of a crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened.
You're right.
Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses? Why won't you believe me? Especially since it's the best part of the story.
To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this testimony, Mr. Wright?
I'd say he's telling the truth. We don't have any footprints. It could be all a dream, though. I'm gonna say he's telling the truth. What he just said was so strange, I don't think he would have made it up.
Which means that he is telling the truth?
That's what I think. Nick, wait! That means that Max actually used magic. Oh, dude, you're right. Ow! Only a foolish-looking fool could be fooled by such a foolish fool's foolish dream. Don't be ridiculous. Magic does not exist. I mean, you're whipping people and nothing's happening.
Suppose I'll let you all in my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that. I just can't wrap my head around how that would actually happen.
You imbecile.
If you disregard a need for proof, Miss Von Karma's case is sound. However,
We need actual proof.
I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries. I believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned.
Like a boss. I love seeing the judge actually take charge. He gets walked over so easily. It's just nice to see that happen. Ooh. Beep. I can now see that. Cool. Hey, sweeties. What in the world is going on? That's what I want to know. Hey, they say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared. Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you? I know you two didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can fly wherever I please, it's not that easy. But it looks so effortless for you on stage. It's not that simple, I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me through the air. Wow, you just told me the secret to your magic. No, I broke the first rule, the cardinal rule, the only rule. I'm sorry, Max. We made you break a magician's creed to never reveal the secret to the tricks. Nick, what do we do now? All we can do now is hope we find the flying criminal in the court tomorrow. Great idea. Let's do our best and catch this sucker. To be continued. Whew. Yeah, I think we can do it. We can do this tomorrow.